audio's up and locked. We're going to be en route on a shooting. Not that, that's something else. We're heading to an ambulance shooting. 10 o'clock is our time of call. If I can get it entered into the computer. There we go. Time of call. Let's see here. All right, so we're heading to a ambulance shooting. Sounds like
from Central Station to 600 East 7th Street.
That's where we're going. Ooh, for a crime scene. It sounds like it might be a. This might be a homicide then, already, which is pretty nuts. So.
The shooting on 7th and Crocker.
It's a great question. They're putting it at 7th and Crocker, so...
Is it clear for FD to enter?
Roger, ma'am. 7th and San Pedro, not conscious, not breathing.
Yeah, not conscious, not breathing. 7th and San Pedro.
San Pedro, the victim's not conscious, not breathing.
Alrighty, so...
Just reporting that suspect is here for the license. He's on 7th. Towards Crocker. He's a male, black, wearing a security jacket.
Ooh.
And dreadlocks.
So our suspect is it's gonna be a male with a security jacket and dreads. So that's pretty
jacket and dreadlocks.
That's pretty interesting. We're gonna jump up to 7th Street and continue down 7th because 9th the lights are not in our favor. But yeah, we've got one victim down right now, unconscious, not breathing, and our suspect is a possible security officer. County's working a detached garage in Pico Rivera, so we're not making that. Obviously, we're heading for. We're going to continue for this call. So we're going to make a right, and there's going to be a crime scene right here. So if we responded over here and we had this crime scene set up, and the suspect is still here and he's armed and everything, then yes, that does delay medical assistance for our victim. So as of right now, looks like they might be transporting. Yep, looks like they're gonna transport. Come on, move.
91.
Move.
Squad 191.
Alrighty.
Squad 191 acknowledged.
All right, let's get over here and get out real quick. Let's do our thing. They might be transporting.
I'll be watching your videos on YouTube.
Oh no, we're with Key News, but close. Close. Yes, correct. All right, so it looks like they're going to be transporting, so let's get over here and grab that first. There is looks like they do have our suspect in custody. Let's get that first. Alrighty. Okay, so they're taking our victim right now to a local area hospital. Looks like he's going to be in grave condition. So once they once I get that figured out, then we're gonna come back. Give me 1 second. What's that, partner? I'm sorry.
The action with you guys on scene on live on YouTube.
Oh, you know what's funny? I used to be with On Scene, but we're with Key News Network now.
Key News?
Key News Network. Yeah, if you go to keynews.tv, you'll see like our publication and all our stuff.
It's the type of stuff that y'all get into. Y'all
Yes,
scenes,
correct,
like that.
correct.
Like up in depth and right into it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's the new
That's
way
it.
of the news.
Yep.
Like back in the day.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. But yeah, hey, for sure. It's keynews.tv, and you'll see publication, and we just report facts. That's it. No spin. Cool deal.
Y'all have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. So we have, I'm not sure if we have yeah, we do have casings. We've got some markers over here with these guys. So we're not on the side where the shooting took place. Looks like the shooting happened over here. So we've got our suspect. Again, we're not 100% sure if he's the guy, but he does match the description. It's a male with dreads with a security jacket, or it looks like a shirt. And Fire's talking to him, but let's get a couple shots of him real quick. Alrighty, so let's grab the sticks and get some shots of the casings and units doing their thing, officers doing their thing. But it seems pretty cut and dry as of right now. So let's do that. What's that?
I thought they said the guy with the security shirt was...
No, the suspect description was a male with wearing a security jacket or shirt or what have you, with dreadlocks. That was the last information. We'll confirm it with them, but that's what we were hearing. So I don't know. He could very well be a victim as well. I mean, usually you don't see a security officer just murdering people randomly. That's not a thing. So, let's get this. Yeah, good evening. Let's see look, we've got tape over here too. Ooh, hang on a second. Tay, I think we might have that's either a pile of trash or another victim down there. There's casings over here, but there's also tape over there. They might just be stopping traffic. So let's do our thing here, and then we'll figure out what's going on. But there's something further down the street too. So they're holding our possible suspect out here too. So it might end up being they might do a field show up with him, but he looks a little I don't know. He might not be our guy. And Alex, let's make sure to blur him out because we're not sure if he's actually our suspect or not. And we've got multiple casings here. You can see there's a pool of blood on the sidewalk here where our victim was shot. Looks like they might be transporting our suspect slash victim right now. So yeah, it looks like they're taking him to the hospital as well. So he very well could be shot, and he could have shot our suspect while doing his job. That's another possibility here too, which would actually make more sense. All right. So they just took him to they're going to take him to the hospital as well, and it looks like he might be a victim slash suspect. It's hard to tell right now. We've got a lot of bunch of casings on the street. He's going to the hospital, but he's in custody. So.
All units, code 4, contact freeway and 6th Street. Subject DOM.
Yep. Cool. So let's go. Let's get transport real quick, and then we want to ask the sergeant that's here. How's it going, sir? Alrighty. And we'll end up talking to him too.
What do we shoot? Fight
Who's that? Ship out. I think they're looking for, from what I heard on the radio, they're looking for maybe other suspects or other victims that are down in the area. So, not sure what they have, but Contreras is here, your buddy. So it looks like we have units this direction that are stopping traffic coming eastbound on 7th Street before San Pedro. They've got tape up there too, so we're kind of between the two crime scene tapes right now. There's a third tape down at the other end. And again, we had our security officer that was in custody. He's our prime suspect right now, but again, it's not 100% certain that he is the guy. They are taking him to the hospital, so something, if I had to guess, just pure speculation, security officer gets into a fight with somebody down here, results in a shooting. That's the only thing I'm seeing right now. Obviously, we'll talk with the sergeant, or we'll call the watch commander and see what this is exactly, but we'll do that in about a half an hour. So that's what we got so far down here on Skid Row. All right, so LAPD's grabbing shotguns, beanbag, 12 gauges, and 40 millimeters because of the and helmets too. They think there might be somebody in the liquor store. I assume the airship's going to come back. I hear a thumping that direction, so that might be them. We have a possible suspect in the liquor store. They're going to clear the liquor store, and then we're going to see what's going on. But it's not 100% right now. So we'll. It sounds like they're doing. I think it's the liquor store. Yeah. Okay, they're getting geared up. Let's see them go in there. Let's go around the other side and get a shot of that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, let's go to the north, or sorry, the west.
You literally can't do that. One is against the law.
The heck was that? And Tay, if things go sideways, this is going to be our point for cover, right? What was that blacked out airship that came over? Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is up with that. Sounds like someone's coming over again.
Yeah. That's our airship, probably.
That's like two.
Yeah, that's for us. He's dropping. Tay, he's gonna drop in on this. Yep, that's us. Hit the light. So things are now ramping up again. We had our shooting with our victim that was transported. Not sure if they survived. They did take him to UCMC in critical. So I'm not sure if they're alive at this point. The way that they're handling this right now, they're probably not. Our security officer was transported. He was originally reported as a suspect, but it might be that he's a possible victim at this point. That's why in the beginning, I always reiterate, things are so fluid when we're out here. The information that we're getting is just moment by moment, and things change as the story's progressing. For us and for the LAPD officers that are out here, it's evolving for them as well. So everybody throw on their ballistic helmets. We've got our airship overhead at about probably about 200 feet. And we have a possible suspect now inside the liquor store. Everybody grab their beanbag shotguns, their 40 millimeters, and their lethal shotguns as well. So very low altitude on our airship. Definitely a show of force from the Los Angeles Police Department. And if there is anybody inside the liquor store, that their presence is definitely the department's presence is known. So they'll do a call out, I'm sure. And then they'll go in and clear it and make sure nobody's in there. But the updated crime broadcast was that there was a suspect last seen heading southbound on San Pedro from 7. So our security officer, that's not him because he was taken into custody. So again, he was originally our suspect, but it sounds like we have somebody else. So everybody's looks like everybody's stacked up over here, getting ready to go. And once the airship is set in place and they're all comfortable with that, they're going to send guys. They're going to send guys in there to clear the liquor store. All right, so it looks like everybody's getting ready to go in. They've got the ballistic shield, airships overhead, and they're ready to clear it. picked up guy at the front with the what LAPD calls the UPR, which is the Urban Police Rifle, commonly known as an AR-15 to us. They just made entrance into the liquor store here at 7th and San Pedro, looking for another suspect that's possibly outstanding. So once they come out and we hear the code 4, then we know that there's no suspect in the building. Then we can get our information and we can get on out of here. Confirm ambulance shooting or just shooting, shots fired, heard only? Sounds like Jonathan has a shooting too.
Confirmed ambulance shooting.
Copy that. All right, so Jonathan's on a shooting in the valley now also. So this is shooting number 1. He's on shooting number 2 after 9 p.m. today. So 2 shootings with 2 victims down by 11. That's 1 person shot per hour right now in the city. Yeah, and it's only a Tuesday, as Steve says. Alrighty. Copy. I'm standing right here. I didn't hear anything. We have an airship overhead. Nobody's doing anything. Jonathan's saying there's another shooting a block away from us. Hey guys, my dispatch is telling me there's another reported shooting 2 minutes ago for fire at 7th and Crocker. But we're standing right here. I didn't hear shit. I'm just telling you what they're saying. That might be why they're here. But they just put it out. So we just got intel that there's possibly another shooting at 7th and Crocker, which is a block to our east. But I didn't hear any shooting, and they're checking on it right now. So that's kind of an interesting. There might be another victim down over there, and if there is. So we'll see. There might be another shooting a block away. Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird. They just got the call, but I think that's the call that we're on right now.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear gunshots either. From here we would have heard that for sure. So
That's like the next light.
yeah,
And they would have screamed, "Officer needs help."
right. Oh yeah, the guys down there would have been freaking out.
Ambulance shooting. It hasn't been dispatched by LAFD yet, but I did replay it, and it is an ambulance shooting. 6300 Balboa.
Okay, I copy your code 6 on that, and we're standing by. I'm getting info right now for 7th and Crocker, but we didn't hear gunshots. There's officers at 7th and Crocker, and they're not reporting shots fired at this time. So I'll get you more info here in a second. Stand by. I think it's
BS.
I think it's BS. Maybe a 911 abuser, or maybe they called in the shooting later.
Unless they maybe found another victim.
Maybe.
Just a correction, not code 6 yet, 3 minutes out.
And we got guys inside. There's another reported shooting. It's like pandemonium out here. Okay, so LAFD's behind me. They're telling their dispatch that LAPD's confirming there is no 3rd victim. We do have 2 confirmed victims though, or at least FD is calling our security officer a victim. And then obviously our first victim that was transported in grave condition. So as of right now, no 3rd victim. We're going to confirm that with PD, and then we're going to stand by and wait until they clear this liquor store. Once the liquor store is clear and we've got a code 4, then we're gonna get out of here. So that's what we got so far. All right, the guy. There's a guy over here that just laid down in the middle of the street and he's not breathing. They're saying he's not breathing. Doesn't look like he's breathing. Hey guys, FD is going over there. They're saying he's not breathing. So he was proned out and then he rolled over and now he's like that. So
The victim will come down.
no. Yeah, it's probably He's probably, yeah, I think it's crazy. He was walking along, he laid down flat on his stomach, he rolled over, and now he's not breathing. So it might be a fentanyl overdose. They just gave him 2 doses of Narcan and he came back. So they're gonna take him to the hospital, I would assume. Yeah, they just gave him another dose of Narcan and he popped back. But really shallow breathing. I didn't see his chest moving at all. And if he just stayed there laying there, he'd be dead. So they'll probably end up transporting. So the RA that came for that 3rd gunshot victim is gonna end up taking him. So welcome to Skid Row, I guess. They gave him 2 things of Narcan and he popped back to life. So, crazy. They still got to take him though because he's still ODing, right?
I don't know what the policy is.
When they give you Narcan, you're still ODing, it just delays it.
Oh.
So they still have to take him. But yeah, they shot him with it and he just popped up. It's crazy.
Usually they pop up and then they'll walk away and refuse any medical service.
That's wild.
There's a 3rd one.
Yeah, there he goes. There's a 3rd one. Yeah, three Narcan hits. Fuck. Yeah, they hit him. They gave him 3 doses of Narcan right now. That's crazy. Yeah, we watched him walk over and he laid down and we thought he was just, just being silly. But he laid down and then people went over and they said, hey, he's not breathing. Luckily, fire was here for our 3rd victim that we don't have. And it looks like they're probably gonna request that RA, which is on the other side, to come around and take him to the hospital. So, and we've been standing here for what, an hour? We've been here for an hour and we already have a Narcan or a fentanyl overdose. Crazy. We smelled something weird too. I made a comment. There was some weird, it was like spicy weed smell. I thought it was that spice stuff, but that might have been what he was doing. What's that?
EKG?
Yeah, they got him hooked up because he could still die. He could, if you're ODing that bad, you're going between it. So this isn't part of our story. This is a separate incident, of course. But looking at this situation down here, this type of situation happens all the time. We're out here at a shooting call, and then we had a overdose behind us. So down here on Skid Row, this is a fairly common thing. But because we're spending time out here investigating the shooting scene, then we're going to have more time to run into situations like this. So that's what we have right now. We still need to get some information on this, and then we'll be on to the next one. Here's the rundown that we just got from the sergeant. And again, this is just a kind of an example how things evolve while we're here and while things are changing. We originally got here and you guys saw the course of events and the information that we have so far. So in talking with the sergeant that was here, this is not a central handle, this is a Newton handle. Crazy enough, Newton goes this high into downtown. I'm surprised, but it's on the south side of the street, so that makes it a Newton Division call. So LAPD Newton Division is going to handle the investigation. What we have is 2 victims that were shot. The original suspect, our security officer that was here, was put out by witnesses as a suspect. He's actually a victim. He's not a suspect in the shooting per se. It's unknown at this time if he discharged his firearm. What it looks like is we had a shooting between our victim who was first transported when we got here and a 3rd suspect that's in the wind. The victim was shot by our suspect. Security guard possibly intervened. We're not 100% sure. They're still reviewing security camera footage. However, the first victim was taken to the hospital. He's expected to survive, by the way. That's what they're telling me right now. And that could change. You never know. So he's expected to survive. Our security guard was originally taken into custody. He is no longer a suspect. He's at the hospital being treated for his wounds. The actual shooter apparently went into the liquor store, and there's a blood trail from the shooter, our suspect, that leads into the liquor store to the south and then out of that building through an alley. So That's when we saw all the officers put on their helmets and get the ballistic shield and ask for the airship support to re-respond, is because they realized, hey, we might have a suspect in this building right now. This guy could be here at this moment. So they went in, they checked, they searched, they didn't find him. So there is a third party involved who is going to be our actual suspect. It's going to be a male black, approximately 6 foot, wearing an Adidas tracksuit with like the silver stripe down the side, all black with the silver or white stripe. So that's the information that we have. Again, the way it looks is that our suspect was shooting at our victim, hit our victim, security guard was in the area, and then pulled his weapon and intervened. It's unknown, again, if the security guard did intervene in the shooting, but it would make sense if he happened to be there and got involved. So that's what we have right now. Again, it's crazy because you look at that preliminary information, even LAPD had that guy in cuffs because they thought he was a suspect because that's how the call comes out. But after talking with the sergeant, and we're only, time of call is 10 o'clock, it's 11:50 now, so we've been here for a couple hours. And a couple hours later, we're now getting the actual story. So we don't always spend this much time at an incident. We usually jump from call to call to call and try to gather as much information as possible. Again, it's our editorial team that follows up on most of these incidents and then creates the story based on conversations with the officials related to the calls that we're going to. So I hope that all makes sense. That's where we're at right now. Things changed quite a bit from the initial 911 call to what we have at this point. But as of right now, we are good to go, and we're gonna head on to the next one. We're out of here, out of Newton Division, not Central, but definitely downtown. Here's the dispatch right now.
11329 South Main. It's going to be a turn 9, tag 12-1 take. It's going to be a one-story clad building. Engine 64 on the scene.
All right, so engine 64 just got over to
It's going to be tag 12-1-2.
11329 South Main. They've got a one-story metal-clad building with, it sounds like they had an outside rubbish fire that is extended. They were rolling up on a reported rubbish, and now they're saying that they've got a, oh wow, a huge loom up on the, you'll see it once we get over here. Once we get up on the main portion. We'll take the elevated section, we'll get down here, and yeah, you'll see it the whole time. So they're already in defensive mode. It sounds like it's already extended in there. It's probably exposures. It can't. What I'm seeing on my data here on the CAD is that this was originally a rubbish fire, and then they're filling it out. So the assumption is that it's a rubbish fire that then extended into the building, and they're saying it's a one-story metal-clad building. We're going to open up the TAC channel and see exactly what they're working and how big the building is and if there's any hazmat issues or anything like that. But either way, this is going to be a large fire. They're saying it's already through the roof and they're already defensive, and they just got there. So we will be there momentarily. And our shooting is already fed, so we're done with that. And we're going to take the HOV fast track section, and you're definitely going to see a big loom up once we get down to like Slauson, once we're over the crest. All right, 60 by 80, metal clad.
Go ahead and give me 2 additional task.
They're requesting 2 additional task forces. Main Street IC is going to be the IC designation, 455 southbound at Manchester. I'll be there in 4 minutes.
Sure, Roger.
Yeah, that is rolling. So we're going to take this all the way down to Imperial.
The truck, because they're standby. Rescue 64, go with engine 264 off of Imperial. Pull 2.5.
All right, that's our additional companies. We're getting all that equipment coming down here.
My MDC is not updated.
And that's, let's make sure, no emergency equipment crossing, no fire trucks. All right. And you can see the glow from that off the side of the buildings over here.
Engine 3-3. Engine 3-3, go on the alpha side with engine 64.
There's an alley.
Engine 3-3 alpha with engine 64. Roger, there's a vacant lot on Bravo side. So the only exposure problem is going to be the
wow.
Delta possibly.
Pretty big flames, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of want to go around. Let's see where we end up here. Yeah, the color's looking really good on this side already. Oh wow, look at that. It's like an old, that's like an abandoned thing. All right, we'll go right here. All right, they'll get it out pretty quick actually. Looking at that, that's not. Let's go.
I hear me call you out. This channel 50. We channel 50 live.
You guys got it. You got it. I want to go down that fence over there. There's really not great access here. Oh, you know what? Come on. I want to get on that other side. Let's go on that other side. There we go. So you're concerned for our safety?
Absolutely.
So it's not a crime scene?
No, we're allowed to be.
We're press photographers at a fire. You can't tell us to back up. We appreciate. I appreciate your concern. I appreciate it.
If anything happens, it's on you guys.
No, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. Are you rolling? I'm gonna cross. No, let's go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. No, I heard. I'm gonna go right here. I heard what he was. I heard him before, and I was like, Yeah. What is this, do you think, Tay? It smells like barbecue. Okay, well. It's really going in the backyard here. Oh yeah. So these really thin walls, they usually melt, just the iron right there. It's like a galvanized like sheet metal on the sides. They put that up, but that they usually end up melting out. Oh, electrical going off. They watch the power lines too. Let's stay on this side of the alley just in case the power lines start doing something stupid. Come on. Come on. Just right here. sir. Thank you, Cap. Yeah, where he's standing, not a great spot. You can see how powerful. Did you get all that with the power lines going off? So you can see when AC finds ground, it gets pretty violent. So that's something we don't want to be near. Like that fence right now, this whole fence line in the side of the building. My presumption is that that's electrically charged. So you don't want to touch it. If you're going to get near it or you're going to bump into it or hit it or anything, you always want to do it with the back side of your hand. So if you get zapped, your muscles pull it back in instead of you grabbing on harder. So it looks like we might have a gas fire issue here too. No, you're good. We might have a gas fire problem here also. You can see there's some vehicles in this little area. We'll go over here and we'll get a look in there in a second. But it looks like there might be some gasoline leaking out of some of those fuel tanks. That's why we're getting such orange, intense flames right here. I was just saying, I think there might be. Oh, there you go. Cool.
Watch my head.
Yeah, watch out for that. The sprinkler in the park. Steve.
No, that's what I said. Watch my head.
What am I gonna do? Cool. So City Fire got a quick handle on this. This was going pretty nuts there for a second, but it looks like they're getting a decent handle on it. So we'll get a couple more shots. Maybe the cars that are cooking in there. They might be pulling this side of the structure down to gain access, but they're making really good progress. I'm gonna get a couple more shots and we'll get out. All right, so we're gonna get on out of here. City Fire's got a good handle on it. They're dealing with a couple little hot spots, a couple of gas fires that are still going. We got a little bit of a shower from the sprinkler, and they're bringing in some heavy lines here. So we're gonna get ourselves out of here and go back 10-8. So pretty quick work considering the size of this thing. They just called for arson and LAPD on the incident that we were just at on Main Street for a body that was found in that yard where that fire was cooking in the back there. They said about 20 feet in. They're not doing overhaul. Yep.
We've got LAPD at the arson notified. And Vermont 3070, 3070, cancel incident 178.
All right, so LFD battling structure fire, deceased male located. Rebel knockdown has not been called. Time 13 back. All right, and we're gonna rename this. It's gonna be a fatal commercial fire. Okay, so.
Thanks for the heads up. Talk to where to go. Respond clarification.
Roger, ITM 101. Notify DW.
Copy. Thank you.
We have a
all right, so
from not a hydrant, but a water supply. DWP needs to shut off. The address is 1744 Coombray.
1744 what? Coombray? So, yeah, the fire we were just at, I'm not sure where exactly in that structure, but LAFD just came up on channel 10. They have a deceased male victim inside the rubble. It sounded like inside the actual building. It didn't sound like they were in that yard area. I'm not 100% sure on where they were. They're going to not do overhaul at that specific location, but that fire just went from a 60 by 80 metal-clad commercial fire to now a fatal fire. So again, that started as a rubbish fire, and the so whether that be a car fire outside, a pile of trash, homeless tents, or what have you, obviously arson is going to be a factor here, so they just requested LA City Fire arson investigators and LAPD detectives to respond to that location. So again, it is now being investigated as a fatal fire with one deceased victim that we're aware of as of right now. So that's what we have. It's something that I'm really surprised doesn't happen more often, considering how many incidents we go to and how much fire we see. I'm really shocked that we don't have a situation like that far more often. So unfortunately, someone was inside of that building this evening, and it appears that they are no longer with us. So it's just kind of something that happens, obviously, but it's not ever something that you really get used to. So I got to make some calls. There's some notifications that have to be made, considering that this incident now went from just a commercial fire to now a fire with fatality. This is now a more serious situation. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and we'll be making calls right now. So again, hindsight is always 20/20 on this job. And we find out a lot more information as the night goes on, and that's definitely part of it. So, alrighty, let me make calls, and we'll pick back up either with more info, or we'll be heading to another call.